how are
Hi,
you? Hi
very good, thanks.
everyone. Hi
Hi,
everyone,
hi.
this is Maneza Azam and I'm here with Stuart Ellershaw from London, and we are going to have a good digital meetup, and I'm going to share more insights how Stuart has spent his time in lockdown and what is he up to, how he is keeping himself so active and so proactive into his work and in his family, and of course let's just find out what everything is all about. Hi Stuart, how are you?
Hi, Manisa. Yeah, I'm great, thanks. Very good. Hope you are as well.
I'm pretty. Okay, so Stuart, let's begin with the first question. What
Okay.
is your story, and of course give your introduction in your story.
Yeah, I'm Stuart Ellershaw. Yeah, I actually live in Yorkshire, which is in the north of England. If you look at the map of England, it's kind of in the middle, right in the middle of England. But if you forget about Scotland, I'm in the north. Yeah, I've had quite a long, eventful life. Been working in IT my whole life, actually, strangely. So straight from school, straight into work. My dad was trying to get me to join the Navy and be an officer in the Navy, which would have been great, but I wasn't too happy about being stuck on a ship in the middle of the ocean for 3 months on end. So my next passion was computers. So back in the 80s, this was the middle of the 80s, so computers were very different back then, but I started in IT, started working on mainframes, worked my way around various different companies, various different roles, all within IT. So I now have 34 years experience now in IT, amazingly. But I've managed to fit other things into my life. I've been married, I've had kids, step-kids, so I've got a big wide family now, and lots of things to keep me busy and keep me active.
Wow, that is pretty a good descriptive insight. Very nice. My second question is, what do you think about how can we fight with a negative mindset in COVID?
Yes, what a shock this was to us in 2020, wasn't it? We were expecting a lovely year of travels and holidays and just going about things normally, but it's been very easy to feel negative feelings, I think, in these times when the authorities are imposing new rules and regulations on us all the time, telling us what we can do, what we can't do. And really, I feel that they should be they're our public servants, but they're telling us what to do all the time. So I feel like I've been avoiding the mainstream news, avoiding the TV as much as possible. I'm just focusing really now on keeping in touch with my loved ones and letting them know how much I think of them, how much I appreciate them. And I've really found focusing on gratitude lately has really helped me. I just think of all the things I'm grateful for, no matter how trivial, just breathing, my life, everything. So I try to avoid negativity and fear. I believe that what you focus on, you attract more of into your life. So I'd rather focus on positivity.
Very nice, very nice. I guess that's pretty important nowadays because we are living in such uncertain mindset and time zone actually, and we were not having any activities to do because if I'm gonna think about myself, I've just spent my 5 months doing nothing, and even um, having such drawbacks in the family as well. And of course, the one thing that I literally missed in myself, that I was out of my focus, and it took me max 5 months to come back to my zone. So when I saw you, and I've been seeing your stories, and the reason having you here right now is to share how you are keeping yourself so good, how you're keeping yourself so active, and I just found having a very good vibe, because I remember the day we met. I wanted to share this. We met in Brian Rose's group on Facebook, and that time I remember it was the beginning of my startup, and you were the one who actually giving me, motivating me. Yeah, I can do it. I felt so good. I was having a very good vibe from you. So my third question, as a family man, how was your experience with family in COVID-19 lockdown?
Yes, again, it's been very challenging, haven't it? It was a very bizarre time. So many people became furloughed from work, they were bored at home. So they started all these different various projects at home. But for me, it wasn't really much different. I've worked from home now for 15 years, and I had to continue working from home. So I was actually a little jealous of all the people with all of this free time on their hands. But during lockdown, I was living with my girlfriend. For some relationships, I know it was make or break. It's quite hard spending all that time together. wasn't too different for me because I work from home anyway. So it really helped us get closer, I think. It helped us having some company with each other during a very worrying time, because when it first hit us, we just didn't know how bad COVID was going to be. So we tried to vary our days. I spent a lot of time working in the garden, bringing plants in the garden, going for local walks. We weren't allowed to drive to do exercising, but luckily I'm very lucky to live in a nice area with lots of trees, lots of fields. So I'll go for runs, go for walks, try different homemade meals as well. I also kept more in touch with my family. I wasn't able to see physically, so I used to video call my mum on WhatsApp. She managed to get hold of that technology, picking the phone and putting herself on the phone and talking to me. I also had to make sure I really called my brother. I've got a brother who has some issues, mental, physical health issues. He really needed to be outside doing things with people. So he needed to hear from his family, he needed to hear that he was loved, he was appreciated, and we missed him. And just keep in touch with him, just make sure we were there for people and kept in touch with them. Because we don't know how other people are coping. I'm quite a positive person, so I was able to go out there and stay active, stay fit, but not everyone. It did hit people mentally, I think, a lot more than others, but luckily I was able to cope. I feel as you say, quite a positive person. I love supporting people, encouraging people, and that was able to continue. And I think helping other people keeps me feeling strong, keeps me mentally safe as well, actually.
How can you differentiate being positive and being strong mindset?
That's a good question. I think really being positive is quite a strong thing. It's easy just to be mindlessly positive, but I think being strong is when you're looking at the end game, you're looking at the result. If you can help people, you know that they're going to benefit from your positivity and your advice and help. I think that really helps, rather than just giving them wishy-washy advice. I really tried to tailor my advice, and I knew what their needs were and tried to act differently towards each person. I think if you speak in a strong way, they can feel that in your voice, I think, and they know that they can feel more authority in your voice, and I think that hopefully they take more notice of it in that way.
Great insight. What was the best part of being with family?
It was lots of good, very strange time. So for my partner and I, as it forced us to spend so much time together, it did help us to bond more, doing projects together. For the family I couldn't see during lockdown, I think in a way we got closer because we couldn't meet physically for many, many weeks. So I found some cool things online actually that you could mail to your loved ones. Luckily some companies had a good entrepreneurial spirit, and they said, hey, people are suffering here, they'd like to send things to people. So I found these really cool wooden engraved carvings that you could send to your family. So I sent my grandkids a couple of little wooden carvings, all personalised with their names engraved into the wood, and post them to them saying, I miss you, hopefully to see you soon, hopefully we can play again soon, lots of love from Grandad. And that was really sweet, and they shared the photos with me, and my daughter showed me the photo of them holding these engravings and carvings, so that was nice. So when we finally did meet again, it was all the more sweet because we miss each other so much, and it made us appreciate each other a lot more, I think.
So what is important for you in life right now, if I would say? What COVID gave you a lesson? What did you learn from COVID, and what lesson that you have learned and you want to share with people?
I think it's led me to be more grateful. With the government's response to COVID all around the world, it's taught me to make the most of every day. You never know what's around the corner. You never know when the next lockdown is coming in. They've brought in these different tiers now in the UK. Tier 1 is medium risk, Tier 2 is high risk, Tier 3 is very high risk. They're changing these tiers all the time. It's crazy, but I don't think people should stay at home and scared, cowering behind the curtains. Life is full of risks. We know this. You've got to live it. You have to live your life. Look after yourself. Keep your immune system strong. Get outside, exercise, eat well, drink plenty of water. Just try and have an optimistic attitude, I think. Don't watch the TV news, to stay away from the negative. Focus more on the positive and just feel gratitude for all you have. And I feel now I'm really practicing gratitude more daily, and it's really helping me get through this.
Definitely. That's what I've started doing it, and that's how I built this platform, ARMEA. And then I thought, how can I change? Because while staying 5 months in the house, being locked down, when I met people else, and I was thinking, wow, now I'll change a different world, and now I'm going to see the different world, and I'm going to experience the change in people. But somehow I felt there are still lack of gratitude that people, they are missing with. This is the only attribute we need to pull into our life in such COVID. My next question is very important. Explain your life in one word.
One word. Having sum up in one word. I'd say satisfying. I think it's very satisfying. So many generations involved. My mum is the kind of patriarch of the family, so she's grandma to my kids. She's great grandma to my grandkids. So it's very satisfying, I think.
What is the ingredients for your life? Like you staying yourself so fit, and you're very active, and you having you are also a grandparent as well. You are a father, and you also have a daughter. She's having kids as well. How do you feel? You've seen generations in front of you.
Yeah, it is crazy because I still feel like a kid myself. I mean, I can't believe I'm in my 50s. I never change. You don't change mentally inside at all. I feel like a kid. When I'm in a room with other people, I just still feel like the kid in the room. I feel like I'm 18 still. It's only my body, when my body decides to ache and run upstairs, or I can run up that mountain, I can't run down that mountain. I try, but I fail sometimes. So you realise your body is actually not quite as good as it was when you're 18. But if I keep out there, keep hiking, keep running, keep doing press-ups, then it keeps me younger longer, and I can keep feeling 18 until I'm in my 70s and 80s, hopefully.
Oh yes, of course. I'm so, you're so, somehow I feel I get inspiration from you actually. If you look at him,
that's good to hear.
Look at him, how fit he is. Oh my God. So my next question is, what advice you want to give to man as being a family guy?
Yeah, families can be very complicated. I'd say just be patient, really. You don't know what other people are going through, even if they're in your family. Some people choose not to open up to their family. They're going through things. Sometimes they open up to friends. I also think, remember to make time to play. Playtime is so important, no matter what your age. Playtime for you as well as your kids. You should never lose your playfulness, I think, no matter what your age. And not to be frustrated. You don't have the same freedom that you had in your youth. Obviously, kids take up a lot of your time. And some people can, if they have kids early in life when they're quite young, they can think, oh, my freedom, my fun's been taken away from me. But kids grow up so fast. Everyone tells you kids grow up so fast. So make the most of them. Very, very so. Just remember, it won't be long before they leave the nest. They become independent. They live their own life. And then that gives you back more time. I've experienced this myself since 2019. My youngest son left home to go to uni in the States, living his best life now. They're learning to navigate their own way through life now. But as long as they know that you're there for them, then that's the great thing. You give them the wings and let them fly. That's all I like to say.
Nice. What 5 ingredients you have to be a great husband and a great father? 5 ingredients.
5. Let me see. 5. Communication. Seriously, just keep talking. Just don't keep things to yourself. Speak what your heart feels. Be true to your heart. I love being true to my heart. You can't go wrong if you're true to your heart. Always be truthful. Try and break out of routines. Be spontaneous. Plan surprises. Always have a holiday or trip booked, even if it's just local. Yeah, I was supposed to be going to the States this year. Couldn't do that. I was supposed to be going to Sicily. Couldn't do that. So I just went up the mountains instead. Just drove 2 miles up the road. Climbed up mountains in the Lake District. Just always have something planned in the future. Give yourself something to look forward to. And try to keep a good work-life balance. That can be difficult when you work from home like me. I have a laptop in front of me all day. It's really hard. I have to try and remember to shut down Outlook at 6 o'clock. Whatever, try and shut down Outlook. That's my outlet to work. So try and keep that work-life balance, because when you look back on your life, lying in your deathbed, you certainly don't say, I wish I'd worked a bit more. I really wish I'd worked more. And when being an entrepreneur, it's not quite the same. But when you work for a large employer, it's so replaceable. So it's always, I wish I'd played more, I wish I'd lived more, I wish I'd taken more chances. So I try and look back on myself as if I'm in my deathbed and think, okay, I've got the chance now, jump back into my body now, let's live, let's make the most of it.
So do you have any
Well,
plans to start something of your own? Any business?
yeah, I used to think that. Some of my colleagues went to be independent contractors. You can manage your own time, manage who you work for, but I needed for me, I needed security. I had a mortgage to pay, I had a rent to pay, mortgage to pay. Even at the age of 20, I'd got a house, which is great, but it meant that I had pressure of paying that mortgage every month. So I liked the security of having an employer to cover my wages. I knew I could pay my mortgage every month, but I really wish I'd gone back and just gone volunteering, gone to live in a kibbutz, gone all around the world, travelled, and just not had to rely on paying bills and paying a mortgage. So I think that time has gone for me now, but I will encourage my son and my kids to be entrepreneurs. My daughter's husband, he's a plumber, he has his own business, he's doing fantastic, a lovely big house, lovely car, they're doing great and they work for themselves. So that is a fantastic way to go, I think. So I definitely see benefits to both types of working models.
Yeah, because I worked for like 10 years in the corporate world, and after working for like 10 years, and then I thought, I think I should start something of my own because this is the right time to do it, and this is the right energy that I have to do it. But then we didn't even know about this COVID thing gonna come, and I've been getting a lot of job offers even that time when I was doing my business. So, and I used to say, no, I am not going to go back. There's no U-turn for my life. There's no U-turn for my goal, because I know I need to hit straight to my goal and I need to work hard. I need to move faster. So, and then suddenly this COVID thing happened. And then I've seen a different world just in 5 months. And even, I would say, just in 2 months, I experienced different world. And then I realizes that it's okay to do a job. Sometimes this life and this nature, Mother Nature hits you so badly right in your face, and it tells you, dude, okay, it's okay to do this thing. If you're not agree with that point, fine. I can understand, because I was doing so well that moment. But if I would say, there are a lot of friends who are working, they are running their own businesses, but they are still on their jobs. I realized, oh my God, I could have done that before. But it's never too late. So very soon I'll be starting something as a job as well, and I'll be keeping my business as my priority. The only fluctuation that we need to keep is to maintain balance with your life, your business, and then your work, because it's going to come with 3 parts of your segmentation in life. And it's somehow very hard. It is very hard, because being an entrepreneur, it's a full-time job. It is it needs so much concentration. It needs so much time frame to build, because we are the one who are actually creating more and more for ourselves. And we have to, and then being respectful and having your own credibility, you need to keep your employer be happy, you need to keep your family be happy. So one should realize, I think Jeff Bezos is a very luckiest guy who did so well even COVID. Okay, coming to the next question. As being a family man, what financial precaution do men need to take in an uncertain situation?
Yeah, good question. Finance. It's, as you mentioned, when you're working for yourself, I do really admire that you've gone out there and start working for yourself, and you're not going to go back. You're changing your business model all the time. You're adapting with the times. I do really admire the way you're going about life and work and business. It's fantastic. What I've learned, I think, is not to spend too much money on unnecessary things, especially now in these COVID times. Now, it's even a loaf of bread, some food is really valuable to a lot of people. I mean, the world economy, who knows, it's not going great right now. It's so I think I have a lot of essentials in my house, just ready, just in case. You never quite know. So I've got lots of rice and pasta, tin food, lots of candles at home. There are talk at the moment of possible power cuts coming as power station workers perhaps have to self-isolate. So I just like to be prepared. I've also been investing in precious metals. Been watching a lot of advice online, such as gold, silver, platinum. They seem to be holding their value, actually increasing in value quite well, much more than the normal kind of fiat currencies out there. They don't seem to be affected by the hyperinflation that always follows when governments start to print more money, like I'm seeing them doing in the States and other countries right now. I think even the UK is doing it, but also cryptocurrency. I've been reading a lot about this. I've held back on that in the last few years. I want to see how it went. It does seem to be more like a long-term investment, just like most things should be, really. But I've bought some, when lockdown started, I actually bought some Ethereum, some Bitcoin, some Monero, not too much, just some of my son's investments, see how it went in his university. It's actually increased amazingly. I don't know, maybe 50%, I think it's increased by in the last 5 or 6 months, just immeasurably more than interest that my bank would have paid. And bank interest now here is about 0.05%. It's crazy. So precious metals and cryptocurrency is a great thing to invest in. Also, finding not to commit on large purchases, such as a house. If a house is the biggest thing you buy, allow for interest rates to rise. You never quite know. Always make sure you have enough money spare for good times, trips and holidays, enjoying your life. And that will provide you with lifelong memories, much more than having a big house with a west wing and a separate annex, etc. Enjoy your life, have trips and make memories.
Very true, because we never know when the next recession is going to come. We never know when life gets more uncertain in coming days. We never know about it.
Yeah.
Very true.
Exactly.
How do you tackle disagreements and argument as the head of the family?
Disagreements, another good question. Again, I'm blessed, I'm lucky in that regard. I have a very together family. We're quite laid back, quite drama free, luckily. But again, it's that good old word communication. I think if there are disagreements, arguments, just get together, just force people together face to face if you have to, being strong and positive. Just let people sort things out face to face so they don't fester or worsen. It's so sad. Some of my friends, and they have family members and they don't speak to each other for years. Sometimes they fall out over something so small. Even they sometimes even forget what they fall out about, and they don't talk for years. And, especially in these uncertain times, it's so sad. So just get together, sort things out, thrash it out, even if it causes tears, tantrums, smash plates. Just sort it out and then clear the air, and then get on with it. Get on with your life again. So yeah, it's communication, I think, again.
Yeah, communication is the best key to work with. So I think you talk a lot in your house.
I do. I talk too fast sometimes as well. So it's so enthusiastic about life and everything. So.
I like it. Usually men don't talk. They're like, okay, that's your thing. Just take it. That's your thing. Just it's none of my business. It's just okay. You just keep quiet. I can talk with that. So you that sort of a guy. Very nice. Okay, my next question is: rate yourself as a good nurturer of your family. How do you rate yourself? Or are you still learning?
Yeah, it's always a learning process. That's the key. Just know that you've still got things to learn. If you think you know it all, then that's bad. That's the end. Always know you've got more to learn. Everyone's got more to learn. Yeah, I've had a lot of experience in life, a lot of advice to offer, but I don't like to get in the way of any family members following their heart. Just follow your heart, follow your passion, and don't project your dreams onto your children, for example. They're not another version of you. They're another chance at life. They're their own sovereign, independent people. So they've got their own destiny. So I see it as my role to support them 100% in whatever they do, whatever keeps them happy, even if it leads them away from me. I mean, it's led my son away from me. He now is 4,000 miles away in America at uni, 8 months of the year. He's living his best life. He's having a great time. So he's loving it out there. So I'm just glad that I was able to give him the opportunity to do that. So I do like to nurture people, but not force my opinions or my expectations on them. Follow it, just be happy. It's not how much money you earn, it's life is just about how happy you are, I think. That's richness.
Very nice. What message did you get for your personal life in COVID-19?
Personally, everyone's responded to this differently, haven't they? Different people believing different things. It's a very contentious issue. It's people have lost family members, friends over this. Again, it's just taught me to make the most of every day. You never know what's around the corner when the next lockdown will be. So I'm just being very mindful of not getting caught up in the negative news either, but not getting too caught up in the positive side as well. Just trying to have a balance in everything in life. So I'm learning just to focus on the positive really again, I think. Don't worry, there's lots of fear mongering out there. The mainstream media especially is spreading a lot of fear. I don't think necessarily all of it is justified. So I'm trying to stay positive. I think what you focus on just builds and grows. So I'm trying to focus on positivity now and try and connect with my friends and my family as much as I can. So it's staying positive and making the most of every moment of every day.
Very nice. You believe in every second of life, every positive. Very nice. What advice would you like to give to your son as being a father?
Yeah, my son, I've had lots of chances, but
I know he's way too young.
Yeah, but he's so wise. The kids these days, they have different heads. They're wired differently. They're so independent. They don't want to listen to their parents. What do you know? You're just my phone. I know how to live. But in a great way, in a very, very respectful way. I mean, he teaches me a thing or two. He puts his phone away. He doesn't use Facebook, doesn't use Instagram very much at all. He deletes them off his phone when he's at uni. He just installs them at the weekend, or just installs Twitter to check football results, and then deletes it all again.
Wow.
So obviously, use your phone. Photos and videos are amazing. Reliving your life, as you can see behind me. Photos from all over the world, bring back the memories. I love my photos. I have folders all organised for every month and every year, all the trips I've done. So I definitely think that live your own life, follow your passion. Also make the most of your parents. It's quite sad if you see families outside in restaurants and the kids are just on the phone and they're kind of ignoring their parent who won't be there forever. So make the most of your family, your parents, and follow your heart, follow your dreams, I would say, no matter what they are. Even if I don't agree with them, if it's your dream, your passion, I'll fully back you 100%.
Sure. I have one question. Like, we all have one person in our office environment where we're working who is always complaining, procrastinating, gossiping, and having the very different mindset. Though they are very well performers, but they have this one trait. How do you deal with such people?
Yeah, people like that. There's always someone like that in every office, isn't there? Every environment. Now, I generally try to avoid those kind of people. Bit of nice positive gossip myself. It's just something interesting to talk about, but not in a negative way. So I'll keep away from people like that generally. Let them. They'll realise I'm not in their vibration, so I probably will not be in their circle of friends anyway, because I'll be trying to deliberately avoid them, and they'll know that I'm not picking up on all the gossip and spreading the gossip around and being negative and acting in that way. So if I try and focus on how I feel in my heart, I think hopefully I'll attract similar people to me. I think that's how we've stayed in touch all these years as well. You attract similar people with a similar mindset to yourself. Those people will stay with you through life. So you support each other, you help each other. So just try and focus on nice, positive people that work hard and good people, just good hearts.
And what if I ask you how after COVID, and you all know that we are facing lack of human touch, and we are more into digital touch because we are communicating with people on digital, on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, you name it. And we're doing video calls and everything, but we cannot meet people because of the social distancing and of course the lockdown scenarios. How would you feel? What would you think? Can you please elaborate? How do you think about this entire change? How will that affect us? Because being, if we can see our past life, it's all about meeting people, talking, having gatherings, making our networks. How do you feel about this situation?
Yeah, it's strange. I do feel sorry for the children because they're growing up now, seeing people in masks, seeing people distancing from each other, and children need to see the whole face, need to see your facial expressions. So I'm probably going to go opposite. I'm going to be hugging people more, hugging people for longer, because I've missed that so much, and I now appreciate it more. I see people need physical touch, they need community. So I've been hugging my friends tightly and longer since we've been released from lockdown. People in my bubble and my family support bubble especially, I hug them so tight, so deep. So I hope people respond to that and get together and hug and touch more. I just fear for the kids these days. I just want the parents hopefully to tell them, it's not we're not all dirty, we're not all germ ridden. Hug us, we have immune systems. Hug, live, get dirty, play. Keep close, stay close. That's what I'll try and say to all of my kids and my grandkids.
So as we have more, we can see more focus over playing, that you're more focused on playing. What is your best sport?
Well, really, I'm not really that sport. I've played so much football with my son. He's 10,000 times better than me already. I like to catch a ball. I throw a ball, I catch a ball. I used to be good at running when I was younger as well. Now I tend to do more hiking now. So I love hiking, being out in nature, being around trees, and mountains. We'll try and climb the 5 highest peaks in England this year, or in the next 6 months or so if I can, or maybe in the springtime. So yeah, it was all about running and football when I was younger. Now it's about hiking. I'm getting out there. I'm inspired. I see old people in the 70s and 80s out there with sticks, walking up and down hills, going faster than me sometimes. They really inspire me to keep out there, keep active, keep outside, getting fresh air in my lungs. So yeah, I want to be the world's oldest hiker, I think, eventually.
I miss hiking. I've never done that because we are living in a cosmopolitan city, so we cannot see mountains and trees and all that. Okay,
Yeah,
now my next question, which is going to be the second last question, and I will mix up with this 2 questions. That what is the importance of traveling, and what experience you got through traveling?
wow. Traveling, it's my life. Traveling is my life. I'm very lucky with my work. We have conferences all over the world. I've been to the States, and I've used that as a basis to go and travel. Okay, they'll pay me to fly across the Atlantic. Okay, I'm going to take a car, get some friends together, and we'll drive to Yosemite. We'll drive to Death Valley, go to the Valley of Fire, go to LA. Let's just make the most. And I'll plan the itinerary, and I love planning itineraries. I should be really a travel planner, I think, arranging travel for people. So I had it wasn't minute by minute because you have to allow for play, you have to allow for changes in schedule. But I love having an itinerary, but vary from that if you want to and get to see the best things. Just make sure you see the best things. TripAdvisor has been my Bible really for the past few years. So traveling, it just expands your mind, it expands your just expose yourself to different cultures, different people. Don't always surround yourself with people the same as you. Surround yourself with people sometimes with opposite views, and you grow more. Don't always think you know everything. Try and have an open mind. I always try and have an open mind. I'm always happy to have my mind changed by somebody with a compelling enough or passionate enough argument. But yeah, travel, meet different people, different cultures, different climates. Just enriches your life so much more. My son said to me when he was younger, Dad, my horizon is bigger than Sheffield. I need to move away from Sheffield. My horizon is, I don't have an horizon. I want to meet different people all over the world, and he's done that now. His friends are now people from South America, Asia, Europe, all over the world. He's absolutely loving it. It makes you a better, more rounded person.
Actually, what I think, I haven't traveled anywhere, and whenever people ask me, "Oh my God, haven't you traveled anywhere?" It's like, no, that's what I'm missing. And suddenly this COVID thing happened, and we are planning to start our events in Dubai. Suddenly this COVID thing happened, but I am 101% sure that God gonna give me this chance, and I'm going to meet people. I have learned one thing, as I haven't traveled, but I have this strong feeling when we go other countries and we meet different people, we learn to be more grounded. We learn to accept them with harmony, and we don't have any boundaries. If I would think we are blessed with free water, God made this entire universe, and I was having such thoughts that God made this entire universe for free. There's nothing to pay for water. This entire world was free to travel anywhere, but it's us who build the boundaries. And if I get one chance to break something out, I'm gonna break the borders, because this is us, this is for humans, and this is for animals, and we need freedom, and we deserve freedom. And God did not put any, stamp over people like, you should not go anywhere, you should not go anywhere.
Exactly.
So I think I wish I'd be a president somewhere, so I'm going to do something like that. Anyways.
I'll vote for you.
Thank you. What message would you like to leave with the audience?
Well, just thank you for the opportunity to listen to me. Thank you for your time, and time is very precious to everybody these days. So just don't worry about the future. Everything's going to turn out great, I think, and especially with President Azam in charge of us all. No borders, no countries, no tax. Everything will be great. So be happy, travel, and enrich your life, and just be grateful. Be grateful for every moment you're alive. I'm grateful for you as well for giving me this opportunity. So thank you.
Thank you, Stuart. I think we must have such talks keep on going, because of course we need to
Yeah.
But the digital world is free. We don't have any boundaries in digital world, which
Exactly.
is why I'm grateful for. And I'm so grateful that you accepted my offer. And I was hesitating, asking you, oh my God, and I was having, different thoughts. Oh my God, is he going to come? What is he going to say? But I've been having very strong, intuition and voice that we know each other from pretty long good time. And you have seen me growing in my work. I remember
Really?
the day, the time we met. I was so much. It was, such a hard work I was putting into my business. And then I realized, oh my God, he's such a sweet guy. I'm not going to say anything bad. Of course, other people who are accepting this open talking, because I can understand that a lot of people having doubts why she wants to take our word out in the market, why she wants to have discussion going on. But again, it's all about building a community. If we cannot meet people, the only point of this ARMEA platform is to build people in harmony and tell them what we can learn from each other's experiences. And we need to learn how to be more grounded, because still we do have uncertain situations going on in this world. So Tom, any good quote that you would like to say, or book you want to recommend to the audience?
Books, that's an interesting one. I wish I had more time to read. I love reading. I used to love reading before the internet, before social media. But I feel like life is too short sometimes. For fiction books, I like to input, read. Some books right now. Let's have a look. Let me look at my bookshelf. Okay. I've been following Wim Hof for quite a long time. This is a book about Wim Hof and his breathing method. I think Brian Rose actually interviewed him. This is a book by Scott Carney called What Doesn't Kill Us. So this is next one on my list. It's about getting some positive mindset, breathing techniques. I think working with IT, you need to breathe. Sometimes you're not very conscious of your breath. So I think that is very important. Another one, and I haven't finished this one yet, The Biology of Belief by Bruce Lipton. It's probably first, isn't it? But Bruce Lipton is an amazing guy. I do think that your thoughts and your beliefs can affect your cells and your health. So I do really believe in the power of the mind to overcome lots of things. So I think these kind of self-help books are really useful and really inspiring.
Okay, I definitely share the screen share. Of course, if you can, take a picture and send it to me. I'm interested to read.
Will do, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So thank you, Stuart. Thank you for your time, and I'm looking forward to put this talk on my YouTube, and I'm going to share the entire link with you. And of course, if you do, because this is very nice to learn and respect and be more nurturer, to learn how and what other people's life is all about, and how we can change from bits and bits from their lives. So thank you for joining, and thank you, Stuart.
Thank you, Aneza. There are no borders. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. What about how